Coming up today on School Matters. A dramatic helicopter landing and a dramatic scene as hundreds of students witnessed this reenactment. Why first responders went to these lengths to warn students about the dangers of underage drinking. He's a chemist in a class of his own, a winner of the Nobel Prize. Which school got a visit from this award-winning scientist, and what advice he had for those students. Plus,
I've been honored to be selected, and I look forward to serving the children and community of Jacksonville.
it's a new beginning for the school district. Dr. Nikolai Vitti is in, and so are 4 new board members. We're sitting down with our new superintendent and what he has to say about his first few days on the job. School Matters starts now.
You're watching School Matters, your #1 source for everything going on inside of Duval schools. I'm Evan Fernandez.
And I'm Alexis Grant. We've got a packed show today. Just ahead, we've got a one-on-one interview with our new superintendent of schools, Dr. Nikolai Vitti. He's sitting down with the producers of our show. Our Julian Robertson has the details.
And Isabella Groff is standing by with Betty Burney. She's taking a look back at her time as school board member and chair and what she has accomplished over the last few years. That leads us to our top story. A former mayor, an attorney, an education consultant, and a bank vice president. Those are just some of the ways you can describe the 4 men and women who just finished their terms on the Duval County School Board.
But there is another way you could describe all 4 of them, passionate about education. Tommy Azuri, W.C. Gentry, Betty Burney, and Martha Barrett each have spent the last few years representing different districts throughout the county. But they all work together with the same goal: improving the education of all students attending Duval County Public Schools. As they get ready to close this chapter, we wanted to ask them 2 questions. What are they most proud of, and how will they remember their time with the district? Let's start with Martha Barrett. She represented District 1, which includes the Arlington and Fort Caroline communities. Being a board member wasn't Ms. Barrett's only job. She also works for Bank of America and is involved with many local groups and organizations.
I think one of the major things we did was the implementation of the strategic plan. That strategic plan is really, like, my opinion, our Bible or our roadmap. And I hope that the new board will certainly take a look at it. The other thing I'm very proud of is the accelerated learning programs. We had to put in accelerated learning programs in every high school to make sure that every child, no matter what school they were going to go to, high school, would have either IB, an AVID, all of those wonderful programs. I don't think the public realizes what a tremendous amount of time it is to be a board member. Every single person, in my opinion, who I have had the privilege of being with, they have been terrific.
Tommy Azuri represented District Number 7, which includes the Mandarin community. You may remember Mr. Azuri as a former mayor of the city of Jacksonville. He has also served in the Florida House of Representatives and also works as a consultant.
For me personally, that I think transcends everything is our adopted strategic plan. That in itself is our living will, giving us indicators for success, ultimately the accountability we expect from our students. Our career academies, much like our vocational education of the past, have increased greatly over the last several years to where we're covering many areas, and they're all over the county, and from logistics to finance to law to cosmetology to a number of other things. We have had some outstanding board members who come from all over Duval County, who come from different walks of life. And so we have a plethora of qualified individuals who all have one common goal. It's about our children.
W.C. Gentry represented District 3, which includes some of the Southside and Hendricks communities. In addition to working as a board member, Mr. Gentry has worked as an attorney for more than 3 decades. He's also been involved in local and statewide education groups.
The reading initiative, of course, is critical. We started that 2 years ago with Read It Forward Jacks, and we're already seeing some great results. And we're We saw an increase from around 70% proficiency for our elementary school students up to 78 in just 1 year. And the summer program has shown incredible results for our kids. We have children who have literally moved 12 percentile points. I mean, a percentile point is a lot just through the summer program. So reading is the key, but I'm also excited about the changes that we made with our discipline, with out-of-school suspension centers. You know, children can't learn if they're not in school. And we have over twice as many kids sitting in the classroom and learning in terms of suspensions than when I came on the board. And I'm really happy about that. I really enjoyed working with all the school board members. They're all friends. They're all professionals. We have a lot of different skill sets with a common goal, working together to make this work for the kids.
Last but not least, we have Betty Burney. She most recently served as the board chair.
And she also represented District 5, which includes her alma mater, Raines High School. Isabella Groff joins us now with a one-on-one interview with Betty Burney. Isabella?
Hi guys. Besides being a board member, Burney spends a lot of time with students. She's founder of the Education Star Corporation. Thanks for joining us today.
Glad to be here.
We've been asking everyone this question. As you lead the board, what are you most proud of?
The one thing that I'm most proud of is the fact that for the last 2 years, this board has been able to provide students throughout the district with Acceleration High School programs. It used to be that students and parents thought that they only had to attend Stanton or Paxton or Fletcher or Mandarin to get a high quality education. And now they can go to any school in the district. There's IB, there's early college, there's AP, honors courses, and so we've been able to spread it all around the district.
What would you say about the way this board worked not only as a team, but also with the superintendent?
This board actually was one board that was focused solely on student achievement. We worked well as a team because we had one common goal, and our common goal was for us to do everything that we possibly could to make those 125,000 students who came into our doors successful. We worked very well with the superintendent because the superintendent had the same goals that we did.
Do you have any advice for the incoming board members or the new superintendent?
Incoming advice for both. My incoming advice for the superintendent is, first of all, to develop a wonderful relationship with your board, and secondly, to learn everything that you can about your staff and your students. For the board, I would say to support your superintendent, to do everything that you can as a board to work together for student achievement and make the superintendent successful.
Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Isabella. I've enjoyed it.
Evan and Alexis, I'll see you guys soon. Back to you.
Thanks, Isabella. And in case you're wondering who will be joining the school board, Connie Hall will be replacing Mrs. Burney in District 5. Mrs. Hall has been a teacher and a principal with the school district. Cheryl Grimes will be replacing Barrett in District 1. Grimes has served on the school board before and currently works for Big Brothers and Big Sisters.
Jason Fisher comes in for Missouri in District 7. Fisher is a local businessman. Ashley Smith Juarez will be replacing Gentry in District 3. Smith Juarez is a former teacher turned business owner.
He hasn't been with the district very long, but Dr. Nikolai Vitti has already hit the ground running.
From visiting schools to meeting with the community, Dr. Vitti is quickly getting plugged into Duval County. School Matters reporter Julian Robertson joins us with more on what his plans are for the district. Hey, Julian.
Evan, we know Dr. Vitti is hard at work, but he still took the time to sit down with the producers of School Matters and talk about his new job and his new goals.
Well, first of all, you're in a brand new city. What do you think of Jacksonville so far?
It's been great. The people have been very welcoming, more than willing to show me around and to meet as many people as I can.
Excellent. And you're entering the district at a time where leaders are celebrating a lot of victories. And so based on what you know about this district, what are some of the successes that you recognize along with the district?
Well, I think the board's done a great, the board that's leaving right now has done a great job being very strategic with the goals and agenda. Obviously the increase in graduation rate and development of career academies across the district has offered students the option of being a part of programs that will either lead to a pathway to college or the world of work.
And then, of course, no school district is perfect, and there's always room for improvement. So, again, based on what you know of the school district so far, what are some key areas you really could see the district needing to do some extra work in?
I would say early childhood education, to make sure that our students are ready before they hit elementary school, and especially that 3rd grade year. And that would, I think, also increase to an increase in literacy and reading proficiency.
And you very ambitiously came up with a 100-day plan even before you got this job.
Right.
And so what are some key areas that you really want to get to executing right away?
Well, one thing is just getting out there throughout the community as much as possible, meeting as many people as I can, from the political realm to the business realm, and then just regular parents, teachers, students, and hearing from them with what is working in the district, what isn't, and to collectively think about solutions moving forward.
So, of course, the district, we have a new leader, and we also have some new school board members. So y'all are going to work together a lot. What message, what aspirations do you have for this board?
Well, one is to work together as a team. I think that's key to taking our district to the next level. And I think that the previous board has created a legacy of focusing on student achievement, making difficult decisions on the behalf of kids. And I think this new board will offer a new perspective on just taking everything to the next level.
Later on, we will have more with our interview with Dr. Vitti. This time, we'll be asking him a little bit more about himself. Should be interesting. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Julian. We look forward to hearing more from Dr. Vitti.
We have a lot more stories coming your way. It's the kind of video game you'll want your kids to play over and over. We're at Southside Estates Elementary, as students learn a very important message about bullying.
The school district is going green and saving a lot of green at the same time. Isabella returns with more on why the district is being recognized for its energy-saving practices.
Plus, not many people can say they've met a Nobel Prize-winning scientist, but these students can. Which Nobel laureate visited the district and how he encouraged students to pursue science. Don't change the channel. We'll be right back after the break.
My name is Christopher A. Smith. I'm in the 12th grade and I attend Robert E. Lee High School. While at Robert E. Lee, I participated in the Early College Magnet Program, and I have completed and obtained 63 credit hours. Advice I would give to an incoming freshman into the Robert E. Lee Early College Program would be just stay focused, stay determined, stay motivated. Sometimes you might have to sacrifice days hanging out with your friends, but in the end it's all worth it because you will be highly rewarded. You'll get into a good school and you will make good grades.
Darcy Overmeyer. I'm in 11th grade and I go to Baldwin Middle Senior High School. While at Baldwin, I've taken many AP classes starting in 9th grade, and I took one last year and then I've taken 4 this year. I've definitely met my own goals. I mean, I've taken as many AP classes as I can, and so I just think I'm definitely well equipped and prepared for college, and I'm very excited about it.
I'm Courtney McLean. I go to Mandarin High and I'm in the 12th grade. In my honors and AP classes throughout my years of high school, I do think that I met my personal goals in that I very much took advantage of my educational opportunities, and I used those opportunities to excel on my ACE and AP exams at the end of every year to gain college credits.
Malik Jackson in the 12th grade, and I attend John Rebolt Senior High School, and I am an IB student there. I'm part of the inaugural class. When I found out Rebolt was going to have an IB program, and I live on the north side, northwest side specifically, like maybe 5 minutes away from the school, it just seemed like a perfect fit. And I just think it's really beneficial to be a part of a program. I'm an IB student, but I have friends that are in ACE, early college, you name it, and they've all enjoyed and they've all have benefited from being in those programs. So I just think it's a great opportunity to just join an accelerated program in general. IB promotes you being able to think for yourself. The IB wants you to be the complete package as a student, and I think that's fantastic.
Two words that'll never get old with this school district are saving money. Thanks to a lot of hard work, the district is saving taxpayers a lot of money when it comes to energy costs.
The district is doing so well. We're getting recognition. Isabella Groff is here with more on the award the district recently received. Isabella?
Hey guys, did you know that the district has been able to cut energy costs by more than 30%? A lot of that is thanks to Susan Carew, the district's energy director. She's joining me now. First of all, tell us about the award the district received from the Florida Green School Network.
Sure. The Green School Network is a partnership between the Department of Environmental Protection, the Department of Education, and the Department of Health and Sustainable Florida. And they get together and evaluate school districts' green energy conservation programs. And they evaluated the programs and decided we were the best in Florida this year.
What are some of the biggest cost-saving measures the district has put into place?
That's a good question. Most of our energy, most energy in schools is used on lights and air conditioning. So we try to control those systems as closely as possible to match the occupancy of the schools. And then we put in high-efficiency air conditioning systems and high-efficiency lighting systems.
Oh. What are some simple things students and teachers can do to help their schools cut down on energy costs?
Things they do, and they're doing a great job, is they can turn the lights off even if there's an occupancy sensor when they leave the room, and they can make sure the doors and windows stay closed, and they can keep talking about how utility costs, what the utility costs are at their school. Keep it in the forefront of their mind so they know how they can help cut the costs at their school.
Thanks for joining us, and congratulations. If you're looking for more ways to get green around the home, be sure to keep watching. Right before the next break, we'll put some tips on the screen that will no doubt help you save plenty of green at home. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Isabella. When it comes to teens abusing drugs, alcohol is number one.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reports that teens abuse alcohol more than they do tobacco and any other drugs. Julian joins us now with an important event aimed at changing those statistics.
It's called the STUD Rally. STUD stands for Stop Teen Underage Drinking. And even though what you're about to see isn't real, first responders say it isn't far from reality. This elaborate scene was staged right outside of the Morocco Shrine Center. You see two banged up cars, several students covered in fake blood, firefighters, and even a state trooper questioning a student posing as a drunk driver. The idea behind this was to show students what the dangers of drinking and driving look like, and to demonstrate how difficult it is to rescue people from these scenes. A Trauma One helicopter flew in to transport one of the victims. Students learned that in scenes like this, it's a race against the clock to get victims medical treatment quickly, or else they might not make it at all.
Don't ever consume alcohol and then get behind the wheel of a car and drive, under no circumstances. It's the hardest part of my job is to notify next of kin. 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, you're knocking on the door, telling a loved one that their family passed away.
You see hundreds of students from several schools were there. Students who took part in this rally also heard from several different speakers, including people directly impacted from drunk driving. Here's an interesting fact. Only 104 Nobel Prizes have been awarded in the field of chemistry since the 1900s. And guess what? The district was lucky enough to have one of those Nobel Prize winners visit one of our schools and speak to our students. That's Sir Harry Croto in the classroom at Darnell Cookman Middle High School. Students had a chance to ask him questions about his work and about his prize. He won the Nobel Prize in 1996 along with 2 other men. They were recognized for discovering something called fullerenes, which led to a new field of science known as nanoscience. Sir Croto signed plenty of autographs for the kids and took some pictures with them. But his visit didn't stop there. He gave a presentation to another group of students about the importance of science in modern society. He spoke to them about how a lot of famous scientists like Albert Einstein made major discoveries when they were young. And that means these students are also capable of doing great things. Sir Croto didn't just visit Darnell Cookman. He also visited Mandarin High School to talk to the students there. Alexis and Evan, back to you.
Thanks, Julian. We're going to hear from him again soon when we roll more of our School Matters interview with Dr. Vitti.
But that's not all we've got. Evan's got the scoop on a brand new video game teaching kids how to deal with bullies. Who's getting this important lesson coming up?
And one of the hosts of our other show, Real School, has a sneak peek you won't want to miss. But before we head to break, we want to give you the chance to get to know us a little better. Each episode, we're introducing you to a different School Matters host. And this month, we want you to meet Julian Robertson.
This November, schools across the country are recognizing Bullying Awareness Week. And what better way to raise awareness than to give students solutions?
At one elementary school, that meant playing video games.
Well, because they see it every day. You know, they live it, they're part of it, and they know it's out there. They just don't often know what to do about it.
We're talking about bullying, and it's become all too common inside of our schools. To fight the problem, a company called Health Teacher has created the brand new game, Awesome Upstander. According to Health Teacher, an upstander is someone who stands up against bullying. The goal is to make learning about the seriousness of bullying both educational and entertaining.
Most kids are confronted with these issues, whether they're the victim or they're just a bystander. Often they just don't know what to do. So if we can give them the skills they need at this point, when they're confronted with these issues in the future, then they'll have the skills they need to know what to do.
We were there as students at Southside Estates Elementary School learned about bullying. They started out in small groups, discussing not only how bullying makes them feel, but also what might turn someone into a bully.
It's wrong to be a bully.
Tablets with the game Awesome Upstander were handed out to each student, and it quickly became evident that these young students had good grip of technology. Coaches from Health Teacher walked around and made sure each student understood the game.
A kid being handed a big, thick coloring book is just not as engaging, and it doesn't meet them where they already are. They're already using iPads and tablets and iPhones to play games. And gaming is a very, very powerful, effective tool to teach kids about bullying.
To play Awesome Upstander for free, you can head to the website awesomeupstander.com. You can also buy the game in the Apple Store or Google Play for just 99 cents.
We promise you we bring you more with our interview with our new superintendent of schools, Dr. Vitti.
Julian is here with the rest.
I don't know about you, but I'm not only interested in getting to know Dr. Vitti as a leader, but also as a person. We wanted to show you one more part of our interview with Dr. Vitti. This time, we asked him a little bit more about himself.
And you know, a lot of people, they're reading up on you, they're trying to figure out more about who is Dr. Vitti. So on a more personal level, I know you have a family, so what can you tell us about your family?
Well, I have a young family, somewhat large, of 4 children. 3 boys and a girl, ranging from 9 years old to 4. We're excited to be in Jacksonville, and I hope to see all my children progress through the public education system and go on to great things like all the children in the district.
And what do you like to do when in your spare time? And we hope you have some spare time with this job.
Mainly spend as much time as I can with my children and my family.
Cool. Well, that is all we wanted to ask you. Is there anything you wanted to add?
No, it's just, it truly has been exciting to go through the process of being selected. I've been honored to be selected, and I look forward to serving the children and community of Jacksonville.
Well, that's it for me, guys. But I'm sure that's not the last we'll hear from Dr. Vitti. We look forward to having him in the studio for future episodes of School Matters. Back to you guys.
Before we head out, we want to give you a special sneak peek at the next episode of our other district show, Real School.
Vaishnavi is joining us from her school with more on what we can expect. Hey Vaishnavi.
Hey guys, I promise you, you're going to love this next episode of Real School. We're taking a trip to the Alden Road Exceptional Student Center for their Fall Fest Market Day.
We do duct tape items, we create things everywhere, and these are all student made. From small purses, large purses, your wallet, I know you love Spider-Man.
What amazing products these students are not only making, but selling. And you'll never guess how these students are making unique Christmas cards that local companies are snatching up. And the written word comes to life at one school, as students trade reading books for becoming storybook characters for a day. We're walking in the character parade at SP Livingston Elementary School. Who else is joining in on the fun? And we're going to have much more on that dramatic drunk driving scene you saw earlier on the show, including what students had to say about being part of such a scary reenactment. We'll have those stories and much more when our next episode premieres Sunday, December 2nd at 10 a.m. on WJCT. Be sure to watch. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll be seeing you guys soon. From Landon Middle School, I'm Vaishnavi. Take it away, guys.
That's it for this episode of School Matters. It's been fun.
The fun doesn't have to stop here. We're always posting cool videos and stories on our district website, duvalschools.org.
Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. From all of us, have a great day.